Within the vast global logistics network, nearly 2 billion live animals embark on journeys of life and death, where every hour in motion, every operational decision can either pose a threat or become a chance to determine the survival of a species and the value of animal farming. Today we'll uncover how these massive transportation systems are constantly evolving to make every journey not only faster, but also more humane and more sustainable for life itself. Amid the cracked savannas of Namibia, a black rhino weighing over 1.2 tons hangs upside down beneath a helicopter. The sight may seem absurd, but it is, in fact, the safest wildlife transport technique in the world. Every journey like this begins with one mission: to rescue, protect, and return life to the wild. Before the flight, conservation workers sedate the rhino, check its health, attach a tracking device, and secure straps around its ankles, the strongest and safest load-bearing points. The upside-down position allows it to breathe more easily, maintain steady circulation, and avoid injury throughout the flight. Each relocation costs tens of thousands of dollars and mobilizes veterinarians, pilots, and rangers, all for the sake of giving one life another chance to live. When the helicopter lands, the rhino is carefully lowered to the ground, revived from anesthesia, and awakens in a safe haven, where hope begins again. The entire process lasts only 15 to 20 minutes, yet each flight is a test between life and death. Across Africa, fewer than 6,000 black rhinos remain, and sometimes to save just one, an entire fleet of helicopters must take to the skies. To compete on racetracks across the globe, more than 30,000 racehorses each year must take to the skies, becoming the most extraordinary passengers of the global logistics industry, where every movement is precisely calculated to ensure absolute safety. Before takeoff, each horse undergoes a full health check, vaccination, and receives an international quarantine certificate. They are then guided into air stables, specialized transport containers equipped with non-slip floors, soft partitions, and stable temperature control systems. Each compartment typically holds 2 to 3 horses, carefully secured before being lifted onto the aircraft by a specialized loader. Throughout the flight, a groom, an onboard caretaker, travels with them to monitor, comfort, and make sure the horses remain calm and well-fed. The cargo cabin maintains a quiet environment with controlled pressure and temperature, helping minimize stress during the entire journey. Upon landing, the horses are taken directly to a veterinary quarantine facility for a final health inspection before continuing to racetracks or training centers. It may seem like just another logistical operation, but behind it lies dedication, precision, and profound respect for these extraordinary creatures. The transportation of live livestock is a crucial link in the global agricultural trade, enabling cattle and sheep to reach markets for consumption or breeding. The primary goal is to ensure their safety and welfare throughout journeys that often span thousands of kilometers. The process begins on farms, where animals undergo health checks, vaccinations, and receive identification tags to guarantee full traceability. They are then loaded onto multi-deck specialized trucks equipped with ventilation systems and non-slip floors, all designed to minimize stress during transit. Upon arrival at the port, the livestock are taken to the export holding area to rest, eat, drink, and undergo a final health inspection. Next, the livestock are guided up safe loading ramps onto vessels under the supervision of technicians and veterinarians. On board, they are housed in pens fitted with water troughs, forced ventilation, and bedding, with 24-hour monitoring to safeguard their health. Feed and water are provided continuously throughout the voyage, which can last from several days to several weeks depending on the destination. Although animal welfare standards such as LGAP have been introduced, the transport of live animals still carries significant risks. Long journeys can cause stress, dehydration, or heat shock. Yet, every improvement in this process represents a step forward toward a more humane and sustainable future for live animal transport. Just like the transport of livestock demands absolute precision and safety, helicopter training for canine units is a form of specialized logistics, where every detail is carefully calculated to protect the lives of these four-legged partners. Canine warriors from military and special police forces are trained for rescue missions, criminal pursuit, and operations in rugged terrains, where helicopters are often the only way to reach the field. They are conditioned to become familiar with the roar of rotor blades, the scent of aviation fuel, and to stay calm under intense pressure. During flights, each canine is equipped with a heavy-duty harness featuring a 5-point locking system, stainless steel connectors, protective goggles, and noise-reducing ear covers, ensuring balance and orientation amid the powerful noise of the helicopter. Most training flights are conducted in tandem position, with the dog and handler suspended together beneath the aircraft, allowing the trainer to monitor breathing, movements, and reactions throughout the flight. On average, a canine requires 15 to 30 flight sessions to become fully mission-ready. Calm when approaching rotors, steady while hanging in midair, and ready to act within seconds after landing. It's more than just a test of skill. It's a testament to the unbreakable bond between humans and their most loyal companions. Once the most basic means of animal transport, pig trucks have now evolved into mobile barns, where pigs receive measured feed, clean water, continuous health monitoring through sensors, and human care throughout the journey. From a strictly sanitized loading area, the herd walks up non-slip ramps into insulated metal compartments lined with dry straw, clean water systems, and 24/7 gas sensors. Just a single speck of dust slipping through the filtration system, if carrying the ASF virus, African swine fever, which can survive for months in frozen meat, is enough to wipe out an entire farm and disrupt the global pork supply chain. That's why the air circulating inside these trucks isn't just a breeze. It's the fragile boundary between a safe journey and a silent pandemic. With the massive scale of Texas's livestock industry, only these 25-meter-long livestock trucks are powerful enough to carry nearly 200 cattle across thousands of kilometers. Each convoy consists of 2 or 3 double-deck trailers, connected to the barn by steel ramps inclined at less than 20 degrees, allowing the cattle to walk up naturally without force. Handlers use paddle sticks, tools that emit light and sound signals, instead of electric prods, guiding the herd in a humane yet highly effective way. Throughout the journey, the cattle travel in well-ventilated compartments, aluminum bodies perforated for airflow, insulated roofs, draining floors, and continuous temperature sensors that prevent heat stress and dehydration, even under the scorching Texas sun. Compared to standard trucks, these vehicles are heavier and more expensive, yet they cut transport losses by more than half, ensuring a seamless global beef supply chain, where every steak that reaches the table remains fresh, tender, and world-class. Here come thousands of ducks leaving the fields, waddling down into boats under the skillful guidance of the farmer. At first glance, it may seem chaotic, but every step follows a carefully orchestrated order, like a white feathered army moving in harmony across the waterways. The farmer only needs to call a few familiar signals and lightly tap a long bamboo stick wrapped with a strip of plastic, and the entire flock immediately changes direction. In reality, the ducks don't understand human language. They respond through conditioned reflexes. After hundreds of past movements, they've learned to associate specific calls with turning, stopping, or moving forward. So when one duck begins to change direction, the flock instinctively follows. When they reach the dock, the farmer opens the way for them into the boats, and within minutes, thousands of ducks are transported to freshly harvested fields, where they resume their familiar cycle, eating leftover grains, catching insects, and naturally fertilizing the soil with their droppings. Do you know how people transport thousands of bees without angering the entire hive? Each hive box is carefully suspended beneath a helicopter, and every flight is an art, where science meets the instinct of these tiny but powerful creatures soaring across the open sky. Before moving to new flowering areas, hives are placed in thick pinewood boxes, a material that is not only durable, but also safe, free from chemical odors that could disorient the bees or provoke aggression. Inside, insulated linings maintain stable temperatures, while tiny ventilation slots allow oxygen exchange without creating disruptive airflow. Each box typically contains 5 to 7 frames, grouped into clusters of 8 to 10 boxes per flight. To ensure balance, the entire assembly is secured with a bee lift rig, a specialized steel frame connected to the helicopter cable via swivel locks. This system keeps the hive clusters centered and stable, even as the rotors change direction, preventing vibrations that could kill the colony in seconds. Upon arrival, the pilot gently lowers the bee clusters, and within minutes, thousands of wings awaken. The bees set out to forage, build new combs, and kickstart the next honey season. Over the past century, tens of thousands of dams have been built to generate electricity and store water, but they have also blocked the upstream migration of salmon, leaving them exhausted and sometimes fatally injured as they try to leap over tall barriers before spawning. To address this, scientists have developed biological passage tubes made from flexible polymers with smooth inner surfaces. Fish are guided into these tubes and propelled by stable water pressure, allowing them to traverse dams and terrains up to 2 kilometers in just a few dozen seconds, hundreds of times faster than swimming naturally. Special sensors and oxygen control systems help the salmon maintain direction, avoid collisions, and preserve their scales. In this way, each tube functions as a soft elevator, enabling salmon to pass dams safely, conserve energy, and most importantly, survive the journey back to their spawning grounds. Donkeys are quiet yet resilient animals, generating over 6 billion RMB annually for China through the Ejiao donkey hide gelatin industry. In northern provinces such as Shandong and Hebei, donkeys are usually transported by truck, with each vehicle carrying around 30 animals per trip. Typically, donkeys are tied by the head and guided up metal ramps connecting the ground to the truck. Sometimes, due to the steep and slippery incline, 2 handlers use poles at the donkey's hindquarters to push the heavy animals upward. The space is cramped and somewhat makeshift, but even today, it remains the most common method of transport in the supply chain for one of China's most luxurious and expensive traditional medicine products. Sheep are among the most fragile yet essential livestock, serving as a pillar of Australia's red meat export economy and accounting for over 35% of the nation's total red meat export value. In 2025, more than 2.8 million sheep begin long journeys to meet the growing demand from global markets. At farms across Queensland, sheep are guided into inspection areas where workers operate automated weighing systems capable of processing more than 9 animals per minute. On average, an Australian sheep weighs about 103 pounds, providing enough meat for 60 family meals. Before departure, workers conduct strict checks on tie-downs, temperature, and the overall health of the flock. Once cleared, the sheep are loaded onto specialized trucks equipped with dual ventilation systems and automatic water tanks, ensuring each animal receives around 6 liters of water per day throughout the journey to Fremantleport. At Fremantleport, the world's largest live sheep export hub, the flock undergoes a final health inspection before boarding multi-deck vessels. The most impressive among them is the MV Ocean Shearer, the world's largest sheep transport ship with a capacity of about 75,000 sheep across 5 decks, consuming approximately 600,000 liters of water per day, equivalent to the usage of around 530 American households. The voyage from Fremantle to the Middle East lasts 7 to 9 days, depending on weather conditions. Because sheep are highly sensitive to noise and environmental changes, crew members work in shifts, checking the flock every 2 hours to ensure stable temperatures. Cooling mist systems and automatic temperature sensors are activated to reduce stress and maintain ideal conditions. However, animal welfare organizations and numerous independent investigations continue to report cases of sheep suffering extreme heat, dehydration, and prolonged stress during the journey, particularly on routes to the Middle East. According to Australia's Department of Agriculture, the live sheep transport industry aims to end live sheep exports by sea by 2028. As a balanced step between economic interests and long-term animal welfare commitments. From here, their story carries not only commercial value, but also reflects a nation's ongoing effort to redefine the boundaries between technology, ethics, and global demand within modern agricultural logistics. Every year, around 2 million cattle from the United States are transported across oceans, with a total weight exceeding 2.5 million tons, equal to the mass of 10,000 Statues of Liberty. As the largest livestock species in commercial agriculture, cattle transport represents the most complex logistical challenge in modern livestock technology. First, we head to Australia and the western United States, where farmers across ranches spanning millions of acres are now herding with helicopters and AI-powered management systems that are rewriting the rules of the industry. Flying low above the herd, the helicopter identifies stragglers, gently guides them back into formation, and directs the entire group along the right path, without causing panic or stress. The sight of a helicopter guiding cattle has become an icon of modern agriculture, where humans no longer chase livestock from behind, but instead steer them gracefully from the sky. After millions of cattle are herded back to the ranches across the vast grasslands of Texas, workers begin their day by guiding the herds through modern farm-equipped systems or narrow alleys to conduct comprehensive health inspections. Each cow is fitted with an RFID chip that stores complete information about its age, an average weight of around 500 kilograms, and full health history, allowing technicians to manage the herd with real-time data and ensure absolute accuracy throughout the entire operation chain. Inside, the truck floors are covered with non-slip material to minimize injuries, while the automatic cooling system is continuously monitored to maintain temperatures below 24 degrees Celsius, even when traveling through the harsh heat of the southern United States. In Houston, the largest livestock export hub in the United States, more than 5,000 cattle are inspected, weighed, and guided through loading corridors each day before boarding ships. A massive specialized vessel can carry more than 10,000 cattle on a journey lasting about 2 weeks, consuming around 23 tons of feed, bound for major Asian markets such as China and Japan. The U.S. beef industry is one of the largest pillars of global agriculture, generating more than $10 billion in export value each year. In contrast, in India, where cows are considered sacred in Hindu culture, cattle slaughter is banned in most states, leading to a farming model focused mainly on milk, draft power, and byproducts, rather than commercial meat production as in the U.S. or Australia. With more than 25 million camels worldwide and a market for camel products estimated at nearly $10 billion annually, transporting them from vast desert regions is a crucial link in the modern agricultural supply chain. Due to their massive size, with an average weight of over 700 kilograms, the process of transporting camels requires specialized lifting equipment. Before loading, their legs are secured, and hydraulic cranes are used to lift them onto trucks, a method that helps reduce injuries and minimize panic. Mainly taking place between countries in the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia, camels are transported not only for milk production, but also for sports, tourism, and religious ceremonies. In particular, camel meat is emerging as a premium alternative protein source, valued at around $968 million in 2025 and projected to reach approximately $1.64 billion by 2032. In the global salmon supply chain, an advanced immersive transport pipeline system is now being deployed to move live fish seamlessly from hatchery to export. The global salmon market is estimated at around $14.87 billion and projected to exceed $30.97 billion by 2030. This technology, known as the Hush Fish Transport System, has been tested at hydroelectric dams in Norway, the United States, and Chile, where salmon are placed into sealed, oxygen-enriched tubes and gently propelled by controlled water pressure or air pulses through flexible pipelines made of food-grade polymer material. Each system can transport up to 40,000 fish per hour, across distances of up to 1.6 kilometers, even over dams, steep terrain, or through mountain tunnels, without causing injury to the fish. Inside, sensors continuously monitor dissolved oxygen levels, temperature, and flow speed, while the automated system adjusts pressure to keep the fish in a minimal stress state throughout the journey. What do you think about the future of this transport system? Could it become the new standard for modern aquaculture? Though smaller than cattle or sheep, transporting over 1 billion goats worldwide requires a far higher level of precision and control, as they are highly sensitive to noise, heat, and stress. At farms in India, Pakistan, Nigeria, and China, the countries with the largest goat populations, the process begins with herd collection, health inspections, and RFID tagging to track each animal throughout its journey. During transit, specialized trucks are equipped with non-slip flooring, natural ventilation systems, and built-in water compartments, ensuring each goat has at least 0.3–0.4 square meters of standing space for comfort. A single vehicle can carry up to 250 goats, with average travel times ranging from 3 to 8 hours depending on distance. Whether crossing deserts, mountains, or seas, today's goat transport industry is steadily advancing toward reducing stress and mortality rates, while improving animal welfare standards across global livestock trade. In the fast-paced rhythm of the global food supply chain that serves over 9 billion meals each day, transporting ducks from rice fields to dining tables has become an essential part of modern agriculture. From 2000 to 2025, the global duck population has surpassed 1.1 billion, with worldwide duck meat production reaching approximately 4.5 million tons per year, yet still about 30 times lower than global chicken consumption. Unlike turkeys or geese, ducks have a distinct lifestyle. They feed, swim, and forage primarily in shallow waters across rice paddies, making herd collection and transport a delicate process that requires precision to prevent stress or injury. Because ducks have light body structures, are prone to dehydration, and are sensitive to temperature fluctuations, the transport process must be meticulously designed to minimize risk. On average, a single truck can carry between 3,000 and 4,000 ducks, depending on their size and travel distance. Today, duck meat has become a truly global commodity, with China leading the industry, accounting for more than 75% of the world's total duck meat production. With over 1.2 million crocodiles farmed worldwide each year, the crocodile industry has evolved into a unique agricultural supply chain, where skin, meat, and biological byproducts are traded on international markets with an estimated value exceeding $1.1 billion USD annually. Major farming hubs are concentrated in Australia, Thailand, China, South Africa, and the United States, where tropical climates and closed-loop farming systems ensure the highest quality hides for the luxury fashion industry. Unlike their wild counterparts, known for their aggression and territorial instincts, farm-raised crocodiles have been conditioned to human presence in controlled environments. Yet the stages of egg collection and harvesting still demand extreme caution, precision, and experience. Every movement carries risk when working with these ancient and immensely powerful reptiles. After 12 to 18 months of growth, when crocodiles reach an average length of 1.2 to 1.5 meters, farmers begin the harvesting phase. Each animal is restrained using specialized handling equipment to prevent skin damage, then immobilized through standard methods such as electrical stunning, cranial penetration, or CO2 anesthesia, ensuring a rapid and precise process. Large farms typically harvest thousands of crocodiles per season, maintaining survival rates above 90%. Each specialized truck can carry between 40 and 60 crocodiles, transported to the processing facility within 6 to 10 hours, ensuring that their skin remains free from dryness, cracking, or mechanical damage. At processing facilities, crocodiles are handled under high-level biosecurity conditions, where skin, meat, and internal organs are separated along a closed processing line to guarantee hygiene and quality. Today, the crocodile industry represents a sophisticated intersection of biotechnology, cold chain logistics, and luxury trade, where a single flawless hide can fetch up to 40,000 USDs. A testament to the precision, discipline, and value behind the world's most exclusive wildlife supply chain. Global agriculture has erupted like a seismic wave in just the past few decades, as advanced technology ushers humanity into a record-breaking era of production. From vast open fields, millions of tons of crops are harvested and processed with incredible speed, power, and precision, reshaping the entire face of modern farming. In this video, we'll explore groundbreaking turning points, where farmers harness powerful, cutting-edge machines to optimize production. This is also your chance to witness bold innovations for the very first time, promising to transform the way the world looks at agriculture. This unique machine eliminates the need to catch, flip, or drag each sheep individually, a stressful task for both animals and farmers. Its mechanism is remarkably clever. Several sheep are loaded at once, and the entire platform lifts or tilts them up, leaving their legs dangling freely. This allows farmers to easily access the hooves for trimming or cleaning without holding the animals manually. By saving time and reducing labor, this modern solution is becoming increasingly popular on large-scale farms, where hundreds of sheep must be inspected and trimmed regularly to prevent hoof infections and other leg problems. If the sheep turnover cradle helps simplify the process of hoof trimming, then the BioClip system represents a revolutionary breakthrough in sheep wool harvesting. Instead of relying on shears or electric clippers, this system uses a special biological protein, which, once injected into the sheep, causes the fleece to naturally detach from the skin after a few days. The process is truly impressive. Once treated, the sheep are guided through mesh frames or special mats, where the fleece peels away in a single, intact sheet, almost like removing a coat. This ensures the wool retains its full length, cleanliness, and premium quality, making it highly desirable for the luxury wool industry. The key advantage of the BioClip system lies in its ability to significantly reduce labor, increase the commercial value of the wool up to 3 times higher than conventional methods, and most importantly, minimize stress for the animals. However, the BioClip system is still not widely adopted due to its high application costs, strict technical requirements, and reliance on a specialized supply of biological protein. Yet, training is not exclusive to service dogs. Even ordinary household dogs can enjoy unique and fascinating ways to stay active, from structured play to specially designed exercise routines. Walking your dog is no longer a tiring daily chore, because modern devices like the carousel walker, a circular treadmill, now allow dogs to exercise consistently, build endurance, strengthen their health, and release energy in a safe and controlled environment. In modern veterinary and equine rehabilitation centers, highly advanced horse lifting systems have been developed. With a specially designed harness that supports the entire body and a robust overhead frame, these systems can effortlessly lift a horse weighing up to 1,200 kilograms. After surgery, the lifting system is further utilized to transfer horses into state-of-the-art hydrotherapy pools. The buoyancy of the water helps reduce the load on bones and joints, allowing the animal to gradually regain movement without excessive strain. In many Asian countries, with China leading global horse production, the industry is still primarily focused on meat, rather than sports or rehabilitation care. By contrast, this method is widely practiced in countries such as the United States, Germany, the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia, where horses are regarded as valuable athletes and companions. The cursed system is one of the most advanced horse training technologies today, designed to build strength and skill in sport horses. It is a massive controlled motion training complex where horses are secured in harnesses and guided in circles or straight lines to walk, trot, or accelerate in a safe environment. Inside the control cabin, trainers can adjust the speed, intensity, and even the incline of the track, creating customized exercises tailored to each stage of training. This flexibility allows the system to simulate a wide range of competition conditions, from flat racetracks to demanding endurance scenarios, helping horses not only build stamina but also improve reflexes and adaptability. By combining modern technology with training science, the cursed system has become a tool that transforms ordinary horses into elite athletes, both on the racetrack and in the arena. The healthy, happy pigs on the farm continue to grow each day, but those that are culled follow a very different path. Hundreds of carcasses are buried in a massive manure pile and left for about 9 days before being turned with Kuima Ag's powerful turner machine. With its massive rotating drum and crushing force, the machine grinds down any remaining bones while mixing oxygen into the compost. Oxygen is the key that allows aerobic microbes to thrive, accelerating the breakdown of even tough structures like collagen and bone minerals. The final outcome is a complete transformation, from animal remains that once posed a disease risk into crumbly organic compost rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. However, this method is not without controversy and risk. If poorly managed, leachate and emissions can spread disease, while the practice itself has also drawn criticism from animal welfare groups. Extremely easy to use and highly efficient, the spading machine is a special type of plow equipped with spade-like blades. It works by rotating large blades that thoroughly mix the soil, break up compacted layers, and create a loose, oxygen-rich environment for root growth. Thanks to this mechanism, the spading machine not only improves soil fertility and reduces erosion, but also works up to 2 to 3 times faster than traditional plowing methods. Gone are the days of labor-intensive manual chicken catching. The chicken cat was developed as a specialized machine to completely replace traditional methods. This technology not only reduces labor costs, but also minimizes the risk of injury to the birds. At the core of the machine is a hydraulically powered collection head, equipped with 3 counter-rotating drums. With their specially designed surfaces, the drums gently lift chickens onto a conveyor belt, which then transfers them directly into containers mounted on a rotating platform. Thanks to this system, the machine can handle between 7,000 and 8,000 birds per hour, ready for the next stage of processing. The arrival of the chicken cat has transformed farm operations, making them easier, faster, and safer than ever before, freeing human labor while also improving animal welfare, as flocks are handled more gently and with less stress. Designed for mobility within the farm, This machine offers an efficient solution for hoof treatment and the prevention of serious hoof-related diseases in large animals. With this technology, hoof care no longer demands heavy manual labor, but instead becomes a smooth and even enjoyable task for farmers. Handling 60 sets of livestock hooves each day has never been easier. More importantly, the device helps reduce stress for the animals while also protecting them from parasites, thereby improving overall animal welfare in modern farming. Parasite control does not stop at hoof care, as cattle also need full-body protection through the spray race system. The herd is guided through a narrow raceway where high-pressure nozzles from multiple angles release a fine mist that covers the entire body, like a refreshing shower that makes the animals feel comfortable and relaxed. The greatest advantage of the spray race is its speed and efficiency. Within just a few minutes, dozens of cattle can be treated in a single pass. Not only fast and uniform, this system is also highly economical, with the average treatment cost per animal at just around $2 per year, making large-scale parasite control both affordable and effective, and leaving the cattle happier and healthier. Before the process begins, alpacas are brought into a quiet, clean area to minimize stress. This preparation step is especially important because alpacas are highly sensitive animals. Even a slight fright or sudden movement during shearing can cause them to panic, resist, or fall into extreme stress. For this reason, to ensure the safety of both the animals and the handlers, alpacas are usually secured gently with soft ropes or placed on their side on a cushioned mat, a far more comfortable and humane approach than suspending sheep during shearing. However, don't mistake shearing as a burden for alpacas. If left unshorn, their fleece will grow thick and heavy, restricting movement, trapping heat, and silently threatening their health. Shearing leaves alpacas feeling lighter and more comfortable, free to frolic, breathe easily, and enjoy the cool summer breeze. Each alpaca can yield between 2 to 4 kilograms of fleece per shearing season, and among this, the fleece from the very first shearing, known as baby alpaca, is the most valuable, prized for its exceptional fineness and uniquely soft texture. This means that at every harvest season, thousands of tons of alpaca fiber are only halfway through their journey, from the remote highlands to modern mills, where they are cleaned, sorted, refined, and spun into premium yarns, ready to enter the world of luxury fashion. After harvesting, alpaca fleece is carefully packed into large sacks and transported to artisanal processing facilities. Here, a meticulous, entirely hand-operated process begins. Workers open each sack and spread the fleece out on wide tables for inspection. With keen eyes and seasoned hands, they sort the fibers according to natural color, length, softness, and cleanliness. This is no simple task. A single facility may receive hundreds of kilograms of fleece each day, and every tuft must be assessed individually with great care. The finest fibers, known as baby alpaca, are set aside with special attention, while coarser fibers are reserved for products such as blankets or rugs. The entire process is carried out without heavy machinery, preserving the natural structure and inherent value of the fibers. After being sorted, alpaca fibers continue their journey to the washing area, where the cleaning and preliminary carding process begins. Unlike sheep's wool, which contains natural lanolin, alpaca fiber does not, making the washing gentler, requiring no harsh chemicals or excessively hot water. This makes the process both eco-friendly and safe for sensitive skin. Here, the fibers are soaked in warm water at 45 to 55 degrees Celsius, mixed with biodegradable soap. While this temperature is not enough to boil an egg, it is just right to soften the fibers, allowing them to be untangled, freed of impurities, and aligned smoothly, ready for the next stage. After being thoroughly washed and combed, alpaca fibers are moved to the drying area. Here they are placed into specialized dryers, operating at a controlled temperature of around 60 degrees Celsius, the ideal level to remove moisture while preserving the softness and natural structure of the fibers. The drying process is gentle and even, ensuring that each strand maintains its elasticity and original quality. Once fully dried, the fibers enter a crucial stage of transformation, carding. During this stage, the fibers pass through a series of rotating drums covered with fine metal teeth, working like delicate combs. These rollers remove any remaining impurities and align the fibers in the same direction. The result is continuous, lightweight, and airy strands, known as mecha. Depending on the machinery and fiber fineness, each carding machine can process between 15 and 30 kilograms of alpaca fleece per hour. Once formed, the mecha strands are either rolled into large bundles for storage or sent directly to the spinning section. This bundled form not only preserves fiber quality, but also makes handling easier in the subsequent steps. Through this delicate yet essential process, alpaca fleece gradually takes on a new form, becoming uniform, soft, and durable mecha strands. From here, the entire process shifts to mechanization. The fibers are fed into industrial spinning machines where they are carefully stretched and twisted to create fine, strong, and consistent yarns. Once completed, the yarns are automatically wound onto cones or bobbins, ready for weaving, continuing their journey toward becoming sustainable fashion products. After being carefully treated, alpaca fibers enter the dyeing stage at a gentle 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, using eco-friendly biological dyes that allow the colors to penetrate fully while keeping the fibers naturally soft. Once dried and wound onto cones, they reveal a vibrant palette, ranging from warm, earthy tones to vivid, luxurious shades, ready to be transformed into exquisite handicrafts or captivating modern fashion. In some factories, alpaca fibers are dyed while still in their raw form, a distinctive approach that brings notable efficiency. Instead of going straight into spinning, the fibers, once cleaned and prepared, are immersed in large dye baths at a gentle 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, using eco-friendly, biodegradable dyes. Afterward, they are carefully dried at moderate temperatures to remove all moisture while preserving their elasticity and natural structure. Once dry, the vibrantly colored fibers move on to the spinning stage, where they are stretched and twisted into fine, strong, and uniform yarns. These yarns are then wound onto cones or bobbins, ready for weaving, knitting, or embroidery. By dyeing the fibers early, manufacturers achieve yarns with consistent color throughout, reducing the need for later treatments, saving both time and costs, while producing sustainable, high-quality materials, perfect for exquisite handcrafted pieces or modern fashion. After the dyeing and drying process is complete, alpaca yarn, now soft, durable, and rich in color, is ready for weaving. At this stage, the dyed cones of yarn are placed onto high-precision industrial looms, where each thread is carefully interlaced to form wide, even fabrics with an elegant texture. Thanks to advanced automated technology, these looms can produce meters of fabric at impressive speeds while maintaining exceptional quality. The precise alignment of threads ensures a smooth surface free of knots or flaws, ideal for crafting premium fashion pieces. The final texture of the fabric depends on the type of yarn used. Finer yarns yield lightweight cloth, perfect for scarves or delicate garments, while thicker yarns create sturdy fabrics suitable for coats, ponchos, or warm blankets. This process not only preserves the natural softness of alpaca fibers, but also enhances their color, warmth, and luxurious feel. As a result, each meter of woven fabric becomes a perfect canvas for garments that blend the heritage of the Andes with contemporary design. From the humble fibers of the Andes highlands, alpaca has embarked on a journey of exquisite transformation, becoming fabrics that are soft, durable, and luxurious. Each creation carries not only the breath of nature, but also serves as a bridge between age-old traditions and contemporary style.